Wagwan beautiful people, welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video, and we are back with some Premier League action. This time a major game. Now we are going away to face Man City, and you know Man City have just been on a winning spiral. They have not lost any of the last, I think now 12 games, and we as Chelsea have just been collecting draw and sometimes we win. Sometimes once in a blue moon a loss, but this time we have to congratulate ourselves for the achievements we made. I mean, we have qualified for the final of the Carabao Cup EFL. We have gone to the fourth round of the FA Cup. Now we are in the round of 16 of the UCL, and we are currently second. The title for the Premier League is looking a bit, it's gone for me. I mean, now we just have to maintain the top four, and I am feeling confident in this game. Now, last time we met Man City, they won us, and it was not a good look. Of course, we won them in the UCL final. We made a major statement, and I feel like the last game, Thomas Tuchel mentioned that Man City was the better squad. But this time round, we have a bit of more confidence. And in terms of the Premier League, we have our last two games we have had 2 draws and 1 win. But in terms of the other games, we have been winning. And if we can just bring the same momentum from the other games, from the other tournaments to the Premier League, of course, Premier League is the toughest league in the world. I'll be giving you some Chelsea content. I'll be telling you my starting 11, my score predictions for this game that will be happening tomorrow against Man City. I am having a bit of hopes, and if we're able to collect a win or a possible draw, I'll take it, but we cannot get a loss. We just cannot do that right now. It's gonna be a tough game, so let's jump right into it. So without wasting any more time, in terms of some Chelsea news, the people who are out include Christensen, who's out with COVID, and Trevor Chalobah, who is out. I guess the hamstring injury was a bit too severe for him to participate in this game. And then of course we have Ben Chilwell and Reece James, who are out for a while. Now, in terms of my starting 11, I'll jump right into it. This will be a tough game, but I feel like we have it in us to win it. Now, the best thing would be going to Man City Stadium and dominating the game and nicking in as many goals as possible. In terms of the players playing in the front area, we have a load full of them, and it's going to be a difficult task to choose who will start and who will not start. But hopefully, this will be my starting 11, and this is who I feel Thomas Tuchel might go with. Tell me who you think Thomas Tuchel will go with in the starting 11. This is going to be a tough game, I'm not going to lie, and anything can happen. Man City, when they play a game, it doesn't matter how many goals you score, it doesn't matter when you score, they maintain the same composure, the same momentum from the beginning of the game till the end of the game. So in this game, we have to reciprocate that. We have to, whatever they give us, we give them the same energy. We have to be strong, we have to be on guard. In terms of our defense, of course, Trevor Chalobah and Christensen missing will make the defense a bit shaky, but we have Rudiger and Thiago Silva to take on the part. Will Malang start starting this game? Of course, Aspi is getting a bit old, a bit slow, but at the same time, he's still our captain, and he might have a possibility of starting this game. So this will be my starting 11. I feel like Thomas Tuchel will go with the 4-2-2-2 formation. It has been working well for us, and if he reverts back to the 3-4-3 formation, I won't be surprised. I'll be having Kepa in goal. Then for the back four, I'll be having Rudiger, Thiago Silva, I'll be having Azpilicueta, and then right next to him, I feel like Alonso will have to take the role of being close to the defenders, maybe possibly left wing back, but that is who I'll be having in my back four. Then for the midfield, I'll be having Kovacic and Kante. Now, Jorginho has not been playing lots of games. I won't be surprised if he starts now. Kovacic and Jorginho combination goes so well. In terms of the next two, I'll be having Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi in the FA Cup third round gave us one super mad-ass goal, and if he can just replicate that from outside the box, that would be phenomenal. So I'll be having Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Then up front, I will be having Kai Havertz and Lukaku. Now, I feel like Timo Werner and Lukaku's combination is nice, but for this game, I feel like we need a finisher. Kai Havertz has that clinical finishing when he decides to, so I feel like Kai Havertz will suit the role better. I feel like in terms of Chelsea, the setting of the players, sometimes some players are set to play some specific tournaments. Now, it would be nice to see the likes, for instance, Ziyech. Ziyech has been playing most of the FA Cup, most of the Carabao Cup games, most of these other tournaments. Now, if he is inoculated to the Premier League, I feel like it will make sense, but can he do what he does? Because sometimes he comes in the game and we just don't see him. So I won't be surprised if he's on the bench and comes in the substitution. That is my starting 11. Who do you think I put and should not have been there? Who is your starting 11? Then in terms of my score prediction, it's going to be a tough game. They won us last time with a 1-0 win. In terms of the previous games, they have been winning back to back. This is no news now, but I feel like we can be able to dominate this game, possibly nicking a goal, possibly maintain possession. Let's not lose the ball carelessly and we'll win this game. So I feel like if we just bring the same energy we've been having for the past 2 games in terms of the FA Cup, qualifying for the final of the Carabao Cup, it will be phenomenal. In terms of my score prediction, possible win or draw for Chelsea, but as a Chelsea fan, I really hope we win this game. So I'm predicting a possible 2-1 win for Chelsea, because in terms of the outside box shots, I feel like Kepa has a bit of a challenge due to his height. No offense, but let's see what happens. So a 2-1 win for Chelsea. This is what happened with Arsenal. Arsenal first nicked in the goal and then Man City equalized and then topped it up in the extra time with another goal. So we have to make sure our defense is solid. The defense is what will make Kepa comfortable, and the defense is what will possibly give us strength to dominate this game. So that is in terms of my preview. Let's jump right into my match week 22 predictions. Now I'll be referring to my book, so if you see me looking down, we'll be having derbies. I mean, Tottenham versus Arsenal are playing. It will be a replica of the games that were played in the FA Cup. So again, the 2 teams that met in the FA Cup will be meeting again in the Premier League match week 22. It's going to be exciting. I mean, we have Aston Villa versus Man United, and we have West Ham versus Leeds, who competed in the FA Cup. Man United won Aston Villa and West Ham won Leeds. So will it be a replica in this match week 22? So these are my predictions, and this is how I feel the game will go. Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Brighton is currently 9, Crystal Palace is currently 12. Brighton won their last game in the FA Cup 3rd round, same as Crystal Palace. So I feel this game is going to be a tough one, but at the end of the day, Brighton will definitely for me produce a result. It's a possible win for Brighton for me. Then in terms of Man City versus Chelsea, this will be a major game. Chelsea will be away, but I feel like in terms of how Chelsea have been playing, Man City are looking like a better squad, but Chelsea have it in them. They have the passion, they have the zeal, and they can always give us miracles, they can always give us results. So I feel like this game will end up with a win for Chelsea. Of course, we have had 2 draws and 1 win in the previous games for the Premier League, so let's see what happens. Then in terms of Newcastle versus Wattsford, now Newcastle had their win in the FA Cup 3rd round, so this will be giving them a bit more confidence coming to this game. Newcastle are ranked 19th, Watford are currently 17th, and Watford had a loss to Leicester in the FA Cup 3rd round. So coming to this game, they might be a bit shaky, but at the same time, they have produced results in the past, especially against big teams. But for the last game, they have had 3 losses. So in this game, I feel like it might go either way for Newcastle or Watford. For me, it's going to be a draw. In terms of Norwich versus Everton, now Norwich is currently ranked 20th with having 2 wins and a draw, and they had a win in their FA Cup 3rd round game, so they will definitely be having confidence coming into this game. In terms of Everton, they had a win too, of course, a very embarrassing game against Brighton. In their home, Brighton dominated the game and won them with a 3-2 win. So Everton are looking a bit shaky. They're currently 15th, although they won the game for the 3rd round against Hull City. They have had 2 losses and a draw in their last Premier League games. It's going to be a tough one too for Everton. They have not been really in form and they're currently 15th. But at the same time, Norwich is not too strong, but can Norwich produce a result? Now let's see what happens. For my score prediction, I feel like Everton will win this game. It's a possible win for Everton. In terms of Wolves versus Southampton, Wolves have been producing incredible results. They're the Leeds United of last season, if I may say that. Then in terms of this game, Wolves, I feel like will dominate this game, but Southampton have new owners. Now for the previous game against Brentford, they had a very major win. I mean, they won 4-1 against Brentford. I think this was a game that was postponed due to COVID, so they had to play midweek. So for me, this game was a major statement for the win, for the new owners of the club. They were very happy. Armando Broja from Chelsea with the goal. He was very phenomenal in this game, man of the match for me in that game. But in this game, it's gonna be a tough one. Wolves have produced results. They have been dominating against major teams. They have not been allowing themselves to lose. They won. They had a win against Man United too in the previous game. So both teams are coming with big egos, and both teams have won their last games in the Premier League. I feel like this is going to be a tough one, but let's see what happens. I feel it's going to be a possible draw. It's going to be a possible draw for me between the Wolves versus Southampton. But Wolves might produce a result, so I won't be surprised if Wolves win. But I'll settle for a draw. These 2 teams met in the FA Cup 3rd round, and it was a very interesting game. Now, Man United won Aston Villa, so it's going to be Aston Villa versus Man United again. And I feel like this game, possibly a replica of what happened. In terms of Aston Villa, they have had 2 losses and 1 win. In terms of Man United, 1 win, 1 draw and 1 loss. So it's gonna be a tough one. At the same time, Aston Villa in the last game gave it their best. They just could not convert those goals. So if they can work on their clinical finishing, they might be able to get a result in this game. So for me, I'm predicting a possible draw. Yes, I predict a possible draw for the teams, and possibly Man United might nick in a goal, but the goal difference will probably be 1 goal. So yeah, that's how I feel about the game. And in terms of Liverpool versus Brentford, this is going to be another tough one because Brentford have just come from a very great loss. I mean, the loss from Southampton was just bad. I mean, in terms of Brentford coach, he had to talk about the game. He said Southampton are definitely the better squad in the midweek game, but at the same time, they want to still produce results. Brentford have gone a bit down. They're currently 13th due to their loss to Southampton. I mean, Southampton moved to 11th, and now Brentford is currently 13th. Liverpool, at the same time, has been facing so much saga. I mean, first they had false positive cases in terms of COVID. Then they had their draw. They had a draw against Arsenal. I mean, that game was boring, to be honest. It was so boring. I mean, even when the game ended, how the coaches had to, give themselves a handshake. It was so awkward. They did not produce a result. So Liverpool at the moment, I would say they're struggling. They have injuries. Most of their lead players have gone to AFCON, but at the moment they're struggling a little bit. I mean, even when Arsenal went down with a red card in the Carabao Cup semi-final, they're still not able to produce a result. So I feel like it's going to be a tough game for both games. Liverpool are not looking their best. Brentford, they're not looking their best too, but at the same time, Liverpool has produced results in the past. So I feel like in this game it's going to be a possible draw, and this will be the best result for Chelsea. So a possible draw or win for Liverpool will be what I'll be going for in this game. West Ham versus Leeds, I feel like this game is going to be a tough one. West Ham have been producing results. In terms of their wins, they have had the last 3 wins now. Both teams also met in the FA Cup 3rd round, and West Ham just ambushed Leeds with the win, a 2-0 win. So in terms of this game, it might be a possible replica of their game. They have been having phenomenal games. Their clan rise, it's just been great for them. So I feel like in this game, West Ham will possibly win this game. I mean, West Ham are currently 4th. And in terms of Leeds are not doing too well this season. They're currently 16th. For the last game, we have a derby. We'll be having Tottenham versus Arsenal. Now, might it be postponed? I don't know, but let's see what happens. But in terms of Arsenal, now Arsenal had a very embarrassing game against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest knocked them out of the FA Cup. I mean, this was so bad. The Arsenal fans were fuming. I mean, a 1-0 loss to Nottingham Forest. And coming to this game, their confidence might not be as great as it was before. They had a very nice run towards the December period, but I feel like something is wrong. So Arsenal also had a draw in terms of their game against Liverpool. So I also feel like that will not even add anything. If anything, will just bring them down. So if they can just take that as motivation and go on to win this game, good for them. Now, in terms of Arsenal, they're currently 5th. Tottenham are currently 6th. Tottenham also came from a loss. They have been kicked out of the Carabao Cup by Chelsea. Chelsea won them with the aggregate of a 3-0 win, and Tottenham are also not feeling too good. So let's see what happens in this game. I feel like Arsenal might also try to produce a result. Tottenham, Son is missing in terms of their squad. They have injuries and it's affecting them. But at the same time, they still need to play. So do other teams. So in this game, it's gonna be a possible draw and a possible win for Arsenal. I am rooting for Arsenal to win, and let's see what happens. So that is in terms of my match of 22 predictions. And what do you think? Which team do you think I predicted wrongly? What are your score predictions? Tell me in the comment section down below, and let's get on with it. So if you enjoy this content, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll definitely be seeing you in my next video.